Welcome back everyone to Raven, Hellion 2 Grandmaster. Raven Man is currently Diamond 2. The road to Diamond 1 is on. Let's do it. My first game of the day is gonna be against the Zerg. Now in the last episode, the first one, I feel like I focused a lot on getting early damage, but now I want to know what it's like to go for a full macro game with mass Ravens. And considering we're still in phase 1 and we're not gonna be allowed to make any other units than Hellions and Ravens, I do think it's gonna be very, very difficult to actually survive into that late game. Though against Zerg, there's a good chance it's fine, unless he goes for roaches. I feel like in the last episode we saw how good roaches can be, because at some point I think I lost like 12 Hellions to 5 roaches or something like that, and it was actually a little bit challenging. Now let's see what we can do in this episode. I think Zerg is always interesting because Zerg players in general have a very standard way to play the game, which is you make a lot of queens, and then you make lings, and banelings, and then you choose whatever tech you want. But Zerg does have a lot of other ways to play, and I think the other ways are going to be what is the most challenging for us. Like, obviously, roaches are very difficult, but I haven't even thought about fighting against Mutalisks yet, for example. Like, am I gonna have to drop so many auto turrets that the Mutas eventually die? Or, you know, that is gonna be another challenge to figure out. Now, I do definitely think if we ever switch to phase 2, with this challenge is gonna look a lot different, because if I'm actually allowed to make a Reaper, 4 Marines, maybe a tank or something, it should be way, way, way easier to actually survive into a macro game. Now, what happens in the macro game from there, you know, that is another problem, because obviously winning a macro game with just Ravens is going to be pretty difficult. But I do feel like with my level of mechanics, if we do get to survive until a bunch of bases, I should be able to outplay enough to get to a decent state in the game. Now, this game actually did a different gas timing. It was a gas before barracks, but I delayed it by 1 supply. Now, this might sound very weird for you guys. Like, if you would copy this, it would probably be a little bit confusing. But I always like to have weird gas timings, because I want to have the perfect build order. And I noticed that with a regular gas first, since you're not allowed to make the Reapers, you just have a little bit too much gas. So I did a gas first, but 1 supply later, so it's faster than a Rax first, basically. And this already feels a lot better. Now, could I go for a 3cc opener? I think I probably could, actually, looking at it. Normally, I would make a second gasser to start going into Ravens, but maybe going for 3cc is better to actually get me into that macro game. Like, that is one really nice thing about playing against Zerg. I know on lower MMR it might be a bit harder because you don't know auto transition and stuff, but against Zerg you can actually always play 3cc. Now, obviously, if you scout a 1 base all-in, that is not the case. But besides 1 base all-ins, you can actually pretty much always play 3cc, and then you can still defend by making bunkers. You know, Hellions defend an infinite amount of Zerglings, basically, if you micro them. Banshees can kill an infinite amount of roaches, so that is really nice enough with TVZ, but since I'm only allowed to make Hellions, that might be a bit different. And also, since I played gas first, I'm not gonna have enough minerals to actually make that 3rd command center. I feel like I'm misspeaking a lot, by the way, so if you guys are not understanding me, it's not your fault. I'm just speaking a bit poorly today for some reason. Sorry about that. I can definitely say that this timing does mess with my 3rd CC a little bit, because as you can see, I don't have gas to make Ravens, and I still need to wait. So maybe I should actually rather still play Rax first, but it just feels like it would be a little bit greedy. Let's try this out first. I'm gonna make my 3rd CC, and then I'm gonna skip a bunch of Hellions just to get 4 gases up. Now, I'm a little bit terrified because there's no 3rd hatch here yet. Let's see, where's the 3rd hatch at? Okay, he took this one. Not that crazy, actually. On this map, you can actually choose both. Here we go. I would like to actually YOLO in the base. Like, I got Hellions pretty late, and I don't have that many, so I don't have enough to really go out on the map. I'm gonna click here to see if he has the gases. Doesn't have them. And I think this is actually a pretty good way for me to use the Hellions. See, I'm gonna get 3 drones for it too. That is really nice. And now I know that he doesn't have enough gases to go for any kind of roach timing. If you guys are curious, the timing I usually teach to my students is to scout at about 4 minutes, and if you don't see any other gases, then you're at least sure it's not going to be a super dedicated roach attack. Obviously, it could still be something weird like a mass link flood or so, but at least it is not going to be a standard Ravager all-in, so that is a really good timing to scout. I did notice, by the way, that I'm getting a lot more coaching bookings these days. So I guess a lot of people coming in from the YouTube are very interested in coaching. If you are interested yourself, make sure to check it out in the Metafy link in the description. I still have a decent amount of spots left, but obviously you don't want to be too late. Now, wait, I should actually... Maybe I could even get Corvoid Reactor before my first Raven, thinking about it. Because it would just be... Ooh, what is that? Okay. Oh, a Speed Overlord. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. At some point, he would have seen my Ravens anyway. Now... Yeah, Corvoid Reactor gives 25 extra energy, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 25 extra starting energy, which is basically half an auto turret. So now he sees my Raven. Honestly, if I would see this, 2 starports with a Tech Lab researching, I would probably think it's Banshees, you know? Even though there's already a Raven there, it looks like it's more Banshees than anything else at this point. Now, get my gases up on the third as well. I probably need to... Oh, he's gonna try to surround me, but I have more than enough Hellions for that, I think. Yeah, Hellions are pretty good, man. You don't really want to be attacking those with a random bunch of links. Now, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I do need to get an eBay out because getting turrets and planetary is actually instrumental. I think if we get opponents that start hitting hard timing attacks, we might even have to go for a planetary at the third base, which is something that sounds really crazy for anyone that watches pro meta. That's just something you would quite literally never see against anyone. It used to be slightly popular. Let's see. Oh, he does have links. No, he doesn't actually. I want to hit a timing with my Ravens though. I'm gonna go for a 5 Raven timing. I'm really trying to piece everything together right now. Like, if he actually was greedy and didn't have links, then I could have gone for it. Obviously, it's always scary against queens, though. What I was gonna say was that in TVT, like 8 years ago, like very long... I know, guys, I've been a long-time StarCraft player. It was actually pretty normal to get a planetary on your third. Like, nowadays, the game is completely controlled by Ravens. But back then... You were basically doing Doom Drop against Doom Drop, and sometimes you wouldn't have enough defenses at your third. So it was actually a very normal thing to do, to just get a PF at the third so you wouldn't have to think about it. Oh wait, should I go for disables or auto turrets? Oh, actually anti-armor missile could be huge here. Let's see. Okay, get enough turrets down as I can. Oh, the turrets are going ham though. And they're all missiled. Oh, the queens are actually getting fried here. Oh my god, the damage with the anti-armor missile, guys. That is really not bad. Oh my goodness. And the auto turret is popping off as well. That was actually pretty... That was surprising. I thought those queens would actually own me. But I guess the freaking anti-armor missile actually proving valuable. I wanted to make an evo there, but this amount of Hellions would have one-shot it anyway. And there we go. That is our first... slightly prolonged macro game. I mean, in a 7-minute 30, it was not too long. Obviously, I still have a lot of provisional MMR, so every win I get, I'll probably gain like 100 or 200 MMR so we can get to Master soon. But what did I learn from this? Is that I can probably still find a better build than doing my weird gas first stuff. Because I actually, you know, my third CC was really late. I couldn't even really afford a Raven. So that means either I will have to play even greedier, or actually go for a fast 2-base Raven. But we have enough time to figure it out, so let's continue. We got another Zerg. That's actually perfect, because I just had an idea. In the first episode, I talked about a point where the Raven was an S-tier unit in TVZ, where you would make 2 Ravens, and just park them behind your opponent's mineral line forever. And that's pretty much exactly what I want to do here. So I want to actually open with 2-base Raven. This map is actually pretty good for it too, I think, because I can put 1 Raven here. I'm not sure if they can get hit by... Like, queens have really big range, but I feel like there it might barely be out of reach. I hope so, at least. I think it should be okay. I know queens have really long range, but that would be kind of absurd. But especially this area behind the main. I can park a Raven here that can access 2 different bases. So if I have 1 Raven behind the main here and 1 here, I would actually be able to access every single base. Unless he takes this one. But if he takes this as his third base, then I can actually just park my Raven here instead, which is maybe not quite as good, but it's almost as good, so that's nice. And then I can see if we can really rack up auto turret kills over the course of the game. Now, what I really liked about last game is that my idea of anti-armor missile plus mass Hellion actually seemed really strong, because queens don't normally take a lot of damage from Hellions, but this time they actually got fried. Like, especially with the splash damage racking up on each hit. That actually looked pretty sick. Admittedly, he didn't, you know, use his transfuses too well. But still, it looked promising. And mostly because that was a strategy for Protoss. And I feel like Queen is one of the rare units that's even more tanky than Protoss units, so I think that was a pretty good example of what it hopefully will look like against Protoss. And maybe even against Terran as well. Against Terran, I guess most people will just have Marine Marauder. And against Marines, Hellions will do really well anyway. Actually, I think against... Because a lot of you always ask me, when I do builds that require a lot of Hellions, why did you not get Blue Flame? And usually the answer is that if you get Blue Flame, you have to switch up your entire build to get it. And then you either don't have your air units or it hits later, etc., right? But with this challenge, I might actually have to get Blue Flame against Terran. I think against Zerg and Protoss, I might still not get it because it's going to be better against Zerglings and Zealots. But I feel like I would do pretty well against those anyway, right? Is what I'm thinking. So maybe Blue Flame is actually not very necessary in this challenge. One thing that I do want to try is actually get double reactor factory. I even had a really weird build in mind where I go 2 factory, 1 starport, mass Hellion with a few Ravens and then do an SCV pull. And I could potentially even disable some units that stand in the way of that. And I think that could be pretty funny. I think a Hellion Raven all-in is not something you guys see every day. I mean, in the last episode we did a freaking 2 starport Raven proxy, which is already probably pretty groundbreaking. So, yeah, let's see. So the goal here is to go with the Ravens. I think I just want to save up my Hellions. One thing that I can use the Ravens for, and I should really use this, is that in this challenge, I have no excuse to let the Zerg have creep, right? Until there's like Mutas or Roaches out, or really like a million Queens, I should be able to deny all the creep. Like if I use good multitasking, I feel like I've been sacrificing a lot of Hellions and stuff. I think in the first episode, definitely I used a little bit too many Hellion run-bys. And this case, or in this episode, I want to focus a little bit more on denying the creep. Or specifically in this game, because we're already 2 games in, right? So I want to keep these Hellions alive. And just make sure he doesn't get creep. I can already start doing this from the start. Even before I get a Raven, I can make sure he doesn't plant down any more creep tumors. And then once my Raven comes out, I can actually start killing them as well. Like, keep in mind a Raven recharges energy over time, so... If I drop my auto turrets later, that's not the biggest deal. I will just have more auto turrets, which is, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. Now, he's not actually using his queens to block. That is a bailing nest, okay. That is good news for us. Obviously, after that first episode, I'm a little bit scared of playing against roaches, so that's nice. Let's see, how many Hellions do I need to contest even, like, 2 queens? I feel like with 6 Hellions, you can contest 2 queens pretty well. Okay, so he does have that third base. That's good to know. Now, one thing that I'm not really scared of is a bailing bust. Like, normally bailing bust can be scary, but since I'm gonna be making Hellions non-stop pretty much, I'm not exactly too scared. Maybe I can test out my strategy this game and go for the double reactor already. Oh, that is... Yeah, that is too many queens. That was 5 queens with transfuses, guys. Like, I know I wanted to deny the creep, but that is gonna be pretty rough to do it there. Let's deny some here. Okay. I think I'm at the point where I should probably send this Raven to go around into the base. Because if I don't do that, the Zerg eco is gonna get a little bit out of hand, and we don't want that. I have a second Raven. That one's gonna go there, and this one's gonna go behind here. Hopefully I didn't let him have the watchtower. I mean, I did actually let him have it, but I don't know if he took it, if that makes sense. He sees more and more Hellions. At some point, he should start adding roaches, seeing that I'm literally only making Hellions. Okay, here we go. First 2 are out. There are some drones, just like that. A little bit of a distraction. I mean, that distraction was way too late, so he didn't actually do anything. And now we have the Raven here as well. I don't think he even has spores. Oh, he does have spores, okay. You can just target a few drones. Actually, I don't know how many workers are auto turret kills if the opponent doesn't pull away the workers. Like, I know it's I would say it's probably 5? 5 sounds about right, but I'm actually not sure. And that would actually help me because right now I'm kind of just shift-clicking like a million drones. But if I knew exactly how many workers I could kill, I could just shift-click like the exact amount of drones that are actually killable, right? So, okay, so this guy has a lot of queens. I think I want to go for a similar move. So he does... Oh, the Laris is building. Okay, let's see. Double Evo. He's going to have a lot of Ling Bane. I think I'm a little bit late on adding starports. Now you can see my gas is starting to get pretty high. Now I can start Corvid reactor. I also need to figure out when to add upgrades. Because obviously getting upgrades for a composition like this is a little bit weird. I could at least get armor, I think, because armor helps both of my units. Let's see, 3 starports, bunch of factories. He doesn't want to fight that. Yeah, I mean, he could have tried, but I don't think it would have ended very well for him. Now, he moved the Spore Crawler, but it's not quite moved into place. And then we can just keep doing this. This is the strategy I was talking about. He doesn't have a Spore here. Let's see. I'll target 5. That should be good enough. Do I need more gases? I probably need a few more. Ravens are pretty expensive. Let's see, how many kills are these guys on? 5. Get another one going. This one is on 9. That's looking pretty good already. I'll drop a turret in his natural 2 for once. Does a turret kill a queen in one go? Actually, I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out now. Yeah, it does. Pretty handily as well. Oh, guys. There's no queen. I don't know where the queens are, but they're not here. Oh my god, he's using... he's getting barbecued. Where did the queens go? Okay, here we go. The Hellion madness. Look at the damage, guys. Oh my god, that's actually nice. This guy is using his transfuses. They're definitely dying a lot slower. But the sheer amount of Hellions I produced here was enough. You can see that actually in this case. His queens were pulled completely out of position by the auto. Ah! Dude, that would actually kill all of my Hellions. What if I pull them one by one? Like a marine split. Like, the thing is, I can actually get a really big hit on those. I don't have a scan here. See? Oh no. I tried to split them, but I failed. The Hellions die so fast. Oh, okay. That was pretty good. Now... Oh no, I don't actually have energy yet. Ooh, that's a lot of links. Please don't kill me. I'm friendly. The micro is insane. The jukes. The auto turret. The auto turret for the tanking is epic. Let's go. I swear auto turrets are broken, guys. We're gonna find... I swear, in like a few episodes. Right now you guys are probably still like, well... You're still only diamond, you know? But in a few episodes... You guys are gonna agree with me 100%. Auto turrets are busted. There we go. Game number 2. Why did I win this game? It's actually... I think it was pretty simple. It was the... I distracted him with the auto turrets. Like, his queens were out of position. His links and his queens were not together. Like, that's the thing, right? Right now... It's still a little bit chaotic. There's a lot to do for my Zerg opponents, and the APM is not quite there. I mean, this guy was actually pretty fast. But if he had these Banelings together with his queens, I would never be able to dive in, and that's what makes it hard. But I got the queens alone. I think he had all the links in his main because of the auto turrets I was dropping here, and then he morphed them into Banelings there, which is really far. But I still think the fights look pretty sick. Like, I know I had a lot of Hellions, but for me, in my mind, there's not a lot that kills queens usually. This is 8 queens. It's 7 queens. And I mean, it is 24 Hellions, so I guess. Didn't quite have the upgrades yet. I could have lined them up a bit better. I should have, like, gone on the right side here, so I shoot inward. That would have been great. Like, imagine if these Banelings were here. My Hellions would have been very sad, I can tell you that much. Alright, that's game number 2 done. Let's keep going. Another Zerg, alright. What is something cool we could do against a Zerg? I always like to try different strategies. I actually have an idea. That is really stupid, and I got that idea from you guys. In the Go series, I was doing so many eBay blocks, right? Or I'm still doing so many eBay blocks, I should say. And a lot of you want to see me do a double eBay block. And I guess there's nothing against the rules for me doing an eBay block in the Raven Hellion series. So I'm actually gonna try to pull off a double eBay block. And I don't know how I'm gonna make that work. I could even try a triple eBay block. Guys, I'm going absolutely nuts for this episode, okay? Or for this game, rather. Now, this map is pretty long, so I hope I send my SCVs in time. I need to actually do this reactively. It's gonna be close. I think the hatchery goes down, like, what was it, like 45? Someone in the comments let me know what timing it was, but I still forgot it. So I need to use this SCV. Let's see. Please block it in time. I'll be sad if you're not there in time. Okay, let's go. Now, this SCV, I need to see where the drone is going. Okay, watch this, guys. I'm about to go 5 million IQ.
Not enough.
I'm actually gonna get all of them. No freaking way. Oh, man. He's coming all the way this time. Okay, the triple eBay block is a fact, guys. There's no... Well, you can take the middle base, actually. Let's see if he shows up here. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna follow him. He's like, what the hell, man? Finally. We actually did it, guys. I can't believe it. This is an achievement. Another thing that has probably never been done. Oh, I actually finished this one. Well, I guess now I can repair it. Or I can scout with it. Alright, so we're doing a gas first at home. Probably don't have to do anything with this anymore. Wait, why can't I scout? Did he evolve his main base or something? Okay. Well, he hasn't made a new hatchery, so I'm just wondering what, like, this drone is up to now. If I was him, I would just do, like, a one-base... Actually, this is a really bad idea, because if he all-ins me, I can't defend it. I should have thought this through before doing it, guys. Yeah, this is actually not the smartest thing I've ever done. Because an all-in would actually be pretty much undefendable with this build. I'm not gonna cancel my E-base yet, though. Let's see. Okay, so he hasn't taken this. Oh, he's gonna take... No, I'm gonna block him again. Let's go. Guys, this is getting a little bit too much. He has been blocked so much. He's only gonna be able to take his hatch now. Oh, wait, I should have made this on the high ground. Okay, I'm not being the smartest person in the world right now, guys. I'll be honest. If he walks across, he will literally just deny my base. Which would suck, but I still thought it was really funny, so definitely worth it. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Oh, there's his links. That's good news. If he's not coming across, that would be the best thing that can happen to me right now. Now, what I'm afraid of is there is something in this main that I'm going to be sad about. It could be a baning nest, it could be a roach warren. Oh, he actually... Wait, he made a lot of links, huh? Right. I'm going to use this. No, okay, never mind. I'm gonna make a wall here. I think there's a decent chance this is a baning all-in. I'm actually gonna make a wall. Oh, why does it have to go on the outside? Probed. Maybe I can counter. Can a second SCV fit on that repair? Maybe this SCV will see a potential all-in coming. Oh no, it actually doesn't fit. Oh, it does fit. Okay, close. Wait, where did my SCV go? Didn't I have an SCV on the map? Well, I lost it without looking. That is not smart. So, my wall here is actually pretty airtight. If he baning all-ins, I can make a building here. And then it would be pretty good. Okay, I have to make a building. There we go. Can he get to this reactor? I hope not. Alright. Oh, for a second I got really worried. I was like, there's no way that's a wall, right? Or another wall. Ah, there we go. Beautiful, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna do the YOLO move. There we go. So we did defend the baning all-in with some... clever, I was gonna say product placement, building placement. You know what clever product placement would be? Subscribe to the channel, guys. I actually haven't... Dude, I haven't said it this video yet, I think. Subscribe to the channel. Why are you guys not subscribed yet? The best StarCraft challenges on YouTube. Oh my god. 71 out of 71. That's a scam. It would have been finished if it was. Subscribe to the channel, guys. The best challenges on YouTube and SC2. Not gonna find better ones anywhere else. Especially nowhere where they're doing triple eBay blocks, I can guarantee you that. I do different challenges every month or so. Whenever the next challenge is done, I do another one. And there's many more to come, so make sure you don't miss out on any of those. Now, he's still making units, which is good for me, because he is unlikely gonna break this. Oh, there's a depot there. Still not gonna be enough for him, though. I mean, he can blow up one baling in my mineral line, but that's not gonna do a whole lot for him, sadly. Actually, I can just make it here. That's way better. Alright, so I feel like we were really far behind after that eBay block because it just doesn't work out. But since he's been making so many units, I feel like we might even be ahead now. Like, does he have drones? Probably not that many. I mean, he might have more than me, but as a Zerg, you usually want to have a lot more than the Terran. This was quite the ride. I don't think I'm gonna do the triple eBay block in a tournament, but I can at least confirm that it was pretty funny to do for once. Oh, more units for free? Yes, let's go. It would be really sick if he makes even more banelings now, because those would actually not really be able to achieve anything. I do feel like that's a bit of a caster's curse, though. If I say that, they're probably gonna walk straight into my Hellions at some point. And there we go. Let's get a few kills on that. I think in this game I can just harass him to death with these ravens. I don't really need to... use my Hellions too much. I'm kind of afraid to move them out as well, to be fair. So I'm just going to make a second starport here. Go up to 4 gases. And then basically harass him to death. Hope he doesn't make mutas or something like this. I could split off my Hellions at this point. Might be a little bit risky, but really worth it. Oh, careful there, buddy. I can even kill the queen here, maybe. We just learned that auto turrets kill queens in the first go, so that's nice. 17 damage, wow. I actually didn't know how much damage an auto turret does. Don't think I looked at it before. 17 damage it is. I can actually use this as a part of my wall. That's pretty nice. Oh, sure. Micro these. Forgot I was using those for a second. Ah, he's only making a lair now, guys. Wait, did I just lose my Hellions on accident? Why were my Hellions there? They never listen to me, guys. You know, I feel like my Hellions, they just have their own will. Just like in the last episode, I feel like there was a moment where I just lost a million Hellions just rallying them in. It's just, I swear, guys, it's not me making a mistake or anything. It's definitely the Hellions' own will. Oh, there's another turret here. Let's go. I swear, this is the most annoying harassment. Well, that's probably like DTs or something. But the... Oh, wait, I can actually wall him in. Okay. Ah! There we go. All right. How many workers did we kill? You know, 6 workers only? What the hell? I did only kill 6. I guess he pulled them pretty well. Now, what I want to see is... first of all, I want to see it from his POV when he got blocked. Because that must have been really funny. I also want to know what the situation was after. Dude, the block is so much earlier. I skipped it like 1 minute. And I was still too late. Let's see. Maybe even already queued the hatchery. Now he gets eBay blocked again. He's like, oh, fine. Yeah, this I don't care about this. He actually checked to see if it was still there. And then he went to the other one. There was also an eBay there. He must have been like, what the hell is this bullshit, man? if only I didn't finish this one, it would have been perfect. Then I actually would have gotten the money back too. So he's probably just gonna bank a ton of money here. Because he actually never made a hatchery. So I'm actually not sure if I was ahead or not. Like, look at the timing of this hatch. 225. Which is actually later than my command center, which is crazy. For a TVZ. If I made this CC here instantly, would I have been ahead? Probably, right? Guys, this is actually a build we just figured out. I don't want to believe it, because it just seems too stupid. But maybe. The next Zerg, we'll try it again. Just because it looks like it might actually work. Let's go. Alright, the final game against a Terran. Okay. Like, the last episode we played against a Terran, and I thought I saw some potential there, but in the bad way. Like, potential that it could be very, very difficult. Now, against Terran, I might actually have to open double gas.
Not enough.
Let's see. What build could work out? I feel like Reaper expanding without a Reaper is maybe just a little bit too much. Maybe I just need to get, like, the fastest factory out that I can. And actually thinking about it, you can play double gas from a Rax first. And then you can make the factory instantly. Normally you need to wait a little bit, but against Terran you can make the factory instantly. Because you're not going to make a Reaper. That could actually work out very well. Now, we have reached 4K MMR, by the way, guys, which is really nice. I do enjoy these early episodes also a little bit. Because it gives us time to figure out what builds are good and stuff. But for me, the real enjoyment is when the games get really tough and I start losing some games. And I need to figure it out. So I'm glad that we're already at 4K after 2 episodes. And hopefully we can reach Master after maybe like 4 episodes or so. And then the real intense games can start. And that's when the grind begins as well. Now, I should actually scout this guy. Can't forget that he's a Terran. Like I say, I don't think TVZ is an easy matchup by any means, but in a lot of ways it is actually a way more comfortable matchup because you can skip the SCV scout, you can you can scout late after your barracks is finished, you can play 3CC always, and against Terran that is definitely not the case. I feel like very often, even if you play double gas, you kind of want to peek a scout because you never know what they're gonna do. Proxy Marauders, BC rushes, Reaper Hellion all-ins, like there's so much stuff to do. That I think it's there and you should always SCV scout. Now I have my reactor up. I'm going to cut some gas. My opponent's also playing double gas here. Very standard. He also cut some gas. That's actually a mind game you can do. Like right now I saw that he cut out of gas. But you can actually fake that. And just mine gas after and then get a starport and do like a one-base trick. Now for me, I think for my build, that's actually okay. Like, one thing that Hellions are really good at is defending the one-base heavy Reaper Hellion stuff. Because, yeah, I mean, it's quite obvious. You just have enough Hellions to defend it, and you didn't spend any time making more add-ons or switching to making one Cyclone, which is not that good in combat, etc., etc., etc. So, should I get the start? I should probably get the Hellions first, right? Because I don't have a single unit. I do notice that It's funny how making an extra unit can make the build feel way better. Because right now, my builds always feel horribly awkward because I'm not making a Reaper. Like everything, you make them like 30 seconds faster because a Reaper takes 30 seconds to build. Right now, for example, I'm going to be supply blocked on my Hellions because my Hellions were too fast. So it doesn't make the build worse, it's just more greedy. But it does feel awkward for me because I always like to have my builds perfectly timed out. And not being able to make 2 Hellions right now feels weird. I'm even going to be supply blocking the SCV for like 1 second. Obviously not that big a deal. I'm going to make Hellions here. I think one thing that could actually be a pretty legit strat is just defending. Ooh. Bad unit positioning by me. I'm probably going to get the Reaper though. He's not using his grenades. You need to use your grenades, buddy. That's what they're for. Oh no. It's a disaster, guys. That's when you use grenades. That's why Reapers are good. Because they have grenades. You can just throw them and run away. And you'll probably never get caught. My Raven is supply blocked. I don't enjoy that. I'm gonna start my Corvid Reactor right away. If you scout this, by the way, it just looks like a Cloaked Banshee. It's actually a pretty cool fake if you think about it that way. Like, this just looks like a Cloaked Banshee, or like a fake cloak with a Raven, you know? But never would anyone actually get Corvid Reactor this early. Now, I wanted to say earlier, a pretty good strat could be to defend with Hellions while harassing with Ravens, because Hellions can defend most things really well early in TVT, besides something in the air. I mean, that is logical, right? But like, if there's a Banshee or something, then obviously you are going to get destroyed. A medevac is going to be okay to deal with Hellions. Though, in general, a well-microed medevac is going to be a nightmare to deal with. With this style in general, because Ravens can't catch those. You can throw an auto turret and then they fly away, but you don't really want to waste your energy like that. Now, I'm just checking to see if there's anything in the middle of the map. I don't want to leave my base undefended. I haven't seen anything yet. This is going to be pretty good against Widow Mine openers, just being able to have the detection out on the map early. Yeah, there is a medevac in my base. Now, if you micros this well, it's going to be a nightmare. Oh, there's a tank as well. I think the tank is actually fine. Because I have so many Hellions, I can kill these Marines. And then just sit on the tank, basically. And he can unsiege it. He's not even going to try to save his tank. That is a pretty big mistake. Tanks are so good against this. That's actually, by the way, if I could give you guys one golden tip for Terran play, it is probably that. You guys just don't save your units with medevacs often enough. It feels like Terrans always forget that it's an option to just pick up your units in a medevacs. Like, more often, I would see you guys lose your entire army. And I'm not talking about playing as me, like I'm talking from coaching and everything. I would see you guys lose your entire army instead of just picking up 40 supply in your medevacs and flying away. And very often you will literally lose, you know, 40 supply too much just because you don't want to pick them up. Here, you could have just unsieged the tank and saved it, no problem. Like, it doesn't even require a lot of speed. Like, medevacs or tanks don't die that fast to Hellions, you know? So that is definitely a big blunder there. Now, he has a Cyclone here. I can probably kill a Cyclone with an auto turret, though. But he actually doesn't have a lot of SCV. Did I kill that many? Oh, I do have so many kills. 7 kills on that Raven already, guys. Oh, that's... Okay, I deserve that. That's payback. That is, yeah. Fair gameplay by this guy. This is... please don't kill one of my SCVs. Okay, nice. He was shooting the gas for some reason. Now, what would be the finisher in this case? It's probably just attacking him with a lot of auto turrets straight through the front, I would imagine. How many do I need for that? That was the question. 2 auto turrets. Bang. Oh, that's... Oh, wait. I could actually sneak in here at the front. His SCVs are clumped here at the front right now. He probably does have... Yeah, he does have... Oh, guys. Okay, I tried. I had to fall back. This guy is doing the right thing here. He's harassing me. Knowing that I can't deal with it that well. And he's defending with tanks at home. Now, I still have a lot more SCVs than him. He was pretty much targeting my gas instead of killing like the few SCVs. Like, I always pull back very early. But he was still targeting the gas instead. Now, I can get this 4th base here. And I think my next move should just be to bust the front. Like, keep in mind, I can freeze his tanks. And then it's not going to be super challenging. Especially because he's using his Raven energy across the map. Let's see. Okay. Oh, he does actually have extra. I didn't realize he had that many. Here we go. Wait, I froze all of them. I thought there was one not frozen. Oh my god, guys. This is a killer timing attack right here. Oh my goodness. I killed all of his SCVs, dude. Yo, tanks die so slow though. Like, holy crap. You guys see, that was like freaking a million Hellions shooting 2 tanks and they actually never died. Now you guys can see the problems that I foresaw with this style. Because that was... It looked like it was going to be an absolute wash, but he actually cleaned up my units. Let's see, I'm going to damage this Raven. I don't really want to be annoyed by Ravens the entire game. Actually, I'm going to kill it. I have so many auto turrets, yeah. I mean, he would never have died. Well, he would have died when my Ravens recharge energy. His ideas were good, but I do think there's a lot of potential in this because you can always dive in, freeze the tanks, kill the SCVs and dip. And I think against better and better Terrans, that's going to be super hard. Like, I think this Terran was probably around 4k like me. But by the time we get to like 4.5, I think we're going to start getting a lot of trouble with Terran. But so far, it's pretty smooth sailing. I think the Hellions add a lot of outplay potential for me, which I'm using most of the time. And that's what's getting us all our wins so far. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you did. Leave all the suggestions in the comments. Negative feedback is welcome. Positive feedback is welcome. Always good. And I'll see you guys for the next episode. Adios.